fire. Stay away from the fish.
Alright, here's the next obstacle. It is the fish. Oh, he takes one hit. Oh, he takes 2 hits. No, Mr. Wilson!
Oh,
I like the Mr.
goodness.
Personally. You can reverse it.
The laser.
Once again, he...
Sorry, Meldon's having a frog party.
Oh man, and he just leveled up there. So you almost actually killed the frog that he was trying to.
Oh my god, people.
Oh my god, Glide wins restored. Oh my god, they found Stomp.
Oh
What the heck? What is this?
This is fast.
Oh, Razio fell! Oh no! Oh, Razio!
As a number 5 seeded team. Now, before we get into this, Meldon, how are you doing? And what are you looking forward to from this race?
I'm super excited for this race. I think these are some of the best Ori runners we have in the tournament, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
So our 2 teams tonight, we've got That Is Faster and the Bramble Bros. Why don't we start with, of course, the higher seed here and the presumptive favorite, one might think. That Is Faster. What do you know about this team, Meldon?
So Raz and Sigma are top runners in all skills. Sigma also knows a lot about this game. I mean, he's famous for making a bunch of guides for all skills, all cells. I think there's a reverse event order guide as well. And then, of course, he made the randomizer. So they have a lot of knowledge about how the game works and how the randomizer works. And I think that's a big advantage in the randomizer, where it's both about skill and also about your knowledge of like where to go and when to go there.
I agree, and those 2 players certainly have that. On the other side, we've got 2 Canadians, 2 memesters, VG_Bramble, also known as Hydra, and we've got X Epic Cat X, also known as Bob, also known as Brian, also known as a lot of things, and they're going to be really fun to watch. Both of them also extremely skilled players, particularly in the all skills category, but where they both have extremely good times as well in the randomizer tournament. Obviously, they've made it all the way here. They took out Team BRB in order to make it here, and we're gonna see what they're gonna be able to do against Sigma and Raziel. Maybe it is always randomizer, right? Things can happen. But Meldon, what do you think we're gonna see tonight? Who do you think is gonna come out on top?
I have to pick Raz and Sigma. I think they're the clear favorites in this. I think if the pickups are obvious, they're going to be slightly faster, and if the pickups are in weird locations, they're going to know where to look.
Well, we're certainly going to see how that will work out. As for me, I definitely also have to give the edge to Sigma and Raziel, but I would not be surprised to see Bob and Hydra maybe bring out something, a little bit surprising, or maybe even just, meme on us a little bit. That would be enjoyable in a different way.
Yeah. I guess one thing is early on in the randomizer, when Bob started playing, he was famous for just this strange but incredibly effective routing, that he sometimes finds a way to just go to the only pickups he needs and just get everything that's really important. So we could see some surprises there.
Well, go ahead and go back to the ever-present question as we're about to get started here. What's the first pickup, Meldon?
Keystone. I'm going to go with the easy call.
All right, Keystone. I'm going to go with, I always tend to pick a skill and it never works out. So let's go with the 1 XP. I believe.
Ooh. XP would be a likely call, but going with the unlikely one.
Let's see what we get as they are off on their way. An energy cell is the first pickup. That is an
All right.
interesting pickup to get at the beginning.
But very nice, gives you a lot more safety in terms of saves. Doesn't unlock very much to start. The only 2 energy door isn't available to them right now.
I wonder if we'll somehow see them just get a full 4 energy and be sent directly into Grotto. That would be pretty unique. Or a grenade. We could get grenade too. That's fine. So an interesting start here. We've got our 2 energy. We've got our grenade. We do not have the ability to get into BRB yet, so we're going to see everyone head off to the left side, and let's see what we find here.
Yep, and this is going to come down to those 2 keystone pickups. Although we will likely see both runners also check the XP in the water. Solar Grenade is nice for killing everything and anything in your path.
That's for sure. Just in this early game, you know, the grenade damage is far greater than anything else you can do.
And it's Bash! So Light Grenade and Bash is going to be the seed.
Not a huge surprise there. When you see that early grenade, there's a pretty high likelihood of getting that Bash, so that you've got verticality.
Yep. And neither member of the Bramble Bros did check that underwater pickup. Looks like neither member of That Is Faster did as well.
Yeah, I did not see that. We do see Raz, and we have seen Bob going over to check the Frankie Watt pickup. It was just XP, nothing particularly good. We also saw a check of the light grenade barrier above the thing, and that was just a keystone. Actually, we're going to see both Hydra and Raziel using to go left instead of going to BRB, so already our first deviation here.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. You have 2 options open to you, this left or this right option, and sending 1 person each way is a pretty common trend. I did notice Raziel ended up watching the cutscene. So he must not have gotten enough XP to level up. So that'll cost him a little bit of time.
A lot of action going on here. We're seeing some different approaches. Sigma taking the top route across to get to the orb in BRB. We saw Raz check those 2 pickups where the base 4th health cell is.
Yeah, I think this top route is the easiest way to go. You can bash grenade your way through the bottom, but spiders are here, you might as well use them.
Agreed. It just kind of sucks in general to do it the other way.
Oh yeah. Sucks even doing it this way. This is not a fun area to be in with these current skills.
So it looked like Raziel claiming the first skill tree of the game with Charge Flame for either team, and he found a Spirit Flame upgrade for his Troubles. Meanwhile, Hydra finding a Sunstone Shard left side of Glades. So everyone will definitely be going there. That won't be too bad.
Yep, and a Map Stone. So they'll be able to get that first map pickup, which has a tendency to be good.
We will see
Interesting
Hydra
to see.
checking that now.
Yeah, immediately backtracks for it. And Sigma's having some trouble with this double bash strat to get out of the room here. Looks like he's out of it now. And we'll go up and check this XP.
Oh man, the Gumon Seal Shard. Coming from the Keystone to the right of that Map Stone, so Raz and Sigma are 1/3 of the way to where everyone wants to go.
It's a little unfortunate that in doubles you very rarely see Forlorn visits.
Yeah, there's just so little likelihood that you're actually blocked on shards that are in Forlorn, and that's pretty much the only thing that you would really be blocked on there.
Yeah, occasionally you'll run into seeds where a pickup that you need to get to a certain area, say Grenade, could be there, but given that they already have Grenade, I can't immediately come up with another common one. Ooh, there's another Gumon Seal Shard. So
That wall jump. I would
We're
guess
up to
Raz is
2
going to
now.
be getting that soon.
Yep.
Well, the synchronized dash tree pickups from Sigma and Bob. They're going to continue through BRB, check that the pickup that technically requires dash, but they'll be able to get to it either way.
And it's wall jump.
Oh,
so that's
baby.
interesting. So dash is a gate for wall jump. That's some good information to have.
Now, how is wall jump actually used in terms of the requirements of seeds? That is of the randomizer. Like, how is wall jump taken into account there? I can't think that there's too many things that they can't get without wall jump.
Well, there's, I would say there's a lot that you can't get without wall jump, but bash grenade basically replaces any of those requirements. You can get everywhere in the map with bash grenade, is the way it seems. So that might actually not be a very useful piece of information that wall jump's back there.
Yeah, I'd say it probably doesn't tell them a lot about the progression of the seed, because if they need to have bash together, dash together, they already have bash grenades, so not super likely that they'll still need wall jump by the time they get dash.
Yeah, I think you're right in that analysis. So, looks like Sigma has headed down, and he will just bash grenade up over this boulder to keep himself safe. And Bob is following close behind.
Yeah, the routing for both teams coming out very similar so far.
Yeah, a couple deviations. The charged flame pickup that Hydra is. Has Hydra already visited that? No. So Hydra will still need to head to the charged flame pickup, but it's not a very long trip there.
Meanwhile, Sigma has finished up inside BRB. He's checked what he wanted to check. Not sure. I did not see if he broke the boulder to check the XP behind it.
So he didn't glitch the boulder out. So I'm not sure if the Frankie survives if you do that. So he may have been unable to.
I believe that he does, as long as you go over the top and don't like watch the Frankie, like don't load him. Then he should be fine. And it sounds like he did break the boulder.
Okay. That's not surprising. It's a very easy sequence. Looks like it was an ability cell. Ooh, and looks like
baby.
Bob is going to immediately go for a slightly less minor sequence break. He's going to get this Frankie to stop this peg, and he can go into into Grotto early.
So this is a pretty risky sequence break if you are playing singles, but in doubles, you can back this up.
Yep. So this isn't completely surprising, but it is a pretty major break.
And I'd say it's a pretty bold play to make, and the kind of thing that you would definitely think, maybe I need to try this against a team like Raziel and Sigma. Gotta take some risks in order to hopefully, come out ahead.
Yeah, you have to hope that whatever's in this area Grotto is very useful. And Bob realizes that he actually found one area that is gated by wall jump. Actually, do they? Oh, they have wall jump, so he should be able to do that if he so desired. But might realize it's not dash. For a moment, I was thinking that they had dash and not wall jump. But
So we're seeing, for Raziel and Sigma, we're seeing them hit the spots that their partner has already checked. Sigma collecting his Sunstone Shard. He'll head down to wall jump and he'll collect his... Oh, bashing off that rock. I don't see that very often.
It's a fun strat. I don't know why that one rock is bashable.
It's probably some weird flag that they accidentally said, oh, hey, it's the 1 XP. Per the rules of the Oreo drinking game, Bob has to take 2 drinks. Unfortunately, taking a death there doesn't lose him that much, so it's not too bad. And we see Hydra breaking some new ground for both teams. He is heading up to the Spirit Tree, watching that cutscene, claiming the teleporter, and then is he going to head left or right? Looks like he's going to right first.
There's not very many pickups to the left, but it can be nice to just check those quickly while you're there. I think with Bash Grenade you can get to all 3 pickups in that area.
We are going to see him try to check the XP above Charge Flame with double bashes on the Frankie. This is a very Hydra strat.
Yes. So that makes
the map stun.
So Hydra doesn't have wall jump.
That's correct. He has not. Has he gone to BRB at all yet? I don't think that he has. I think Bob's done that.
Yeah, and well, That Is Faster made the decision to kind of duplicate their partner's actions. Hydra is off on his own right now.
Yep, and now we see Raziel. He's got 5 energy from Mega Energy, so he sequence breaks into Grotto as well. It's an interesting play. Both teams making that play into Grotto, and we're going to see who, basically for whom it's going to pay off first. Someone is going to get something out of this. They almost have to. There's just too much stuff down here.
Sigma also is using this to sequence break, but using it to go into the Glazer and check that.
Everyone's favorite laser. With a name that I definitely came up with. And
I may have had some bad times with this in the past. And it turns out to be Charge. What a decision from That Is Faster.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what they say. That is faster.
So at this point, I think that gives a pretty noticeable lead to Raziel and Sigma. We'll see. Charge Jump doesn't unlock very many pickups, but a couple of the ones it does that you can't get with Light Grenade
And a
could end up being
Swordstone
important.
shard.
Yeah, now that's nice to have.
Oh my gosh, dude. I really would like to see Sigma save soon, except he's out of energy. Oh. Okay, he's gonna go back towards here.
There's the energy here. Oh, he doesn't save?
Save! Or at least don't die, but preferably save.
Maybe...
Okay, Team Bramble have found Stomp. Hydra located that at the health cell in the Spider Sack area. Meanwhile, they also found a Water Vein shard. That was Bob in Grotto. I forget exactly which pickup. I think it was one of the keystones on the way to Double Jump. So those are 2 pretty big finds for them as well.
And Hydra takes a bit of a death. You can't use Light Grenade if you're standing on spikes. As you go to use it, you take damage and the grenade blows up. So Hydra tried to save himself by grenading out of those spikes down there, but it does not work.
Incidentally, thank you to the truck for providing us the cover on that Stomp information, which we missed out on. Truck always helping out with these races.
The Spider Sack Health Cell. So I would think that's a location that that Is Faster will head to at some point.
For sure. Yeah, I would expect to see that very soon. In fact, Sigma does appear to be going to check the entrance of Valley, but I would bet he's going towards Spider Area next.
Yep. So they'll be just a little behind on that, but they do have this Charge Jump pickup.
You see the confidence from Sigma as he just runs under that Frankie, but then he makes the save because he's not quite that confident.
So far hasn't found very much. Ooh, an extra double jump for Raziel. He finds that in the Death Gauntlet. Interestingly, the pickup that was is available with Stomp or Charged Up. Either one of them unlocks it from opposite directions. So...
Well, they would also probably, coming from the other direction, they would also need clean water, most likely, since they don't have super much health. Actually, at 6, you would probably be able to do it.
It doesn't require very much health. You're able to stomp rather quickly through the first part of the water, and if you can get the fish in the right position, you can bash to save yourself another damage boost.
Yeah, that's true. So we see Raziel making more inroads into Moon Grotto, just trying to see what he can find down here. Explosion power upgrade, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it makes grenades a little more effective at killing things.
We do see Sigma making his way into the Spider Sack area, so I would not be surprised to see him soon stumble upon the Stomp, that thing.
Yes, and Hydra has finally picked up Wall Jump from BRB. So we'll have a little less trouble traversing around the map.
Sigma's trying this stupid sequence break where you drop an energy into this door as they're walking away. It's a frame perfect trick, and it's so stupid.
It is, but he's already done one sequence break on an energy door that really paid off.
Oh, he got it. All right, so now he just needs to find some way to put 3 energy into it, which I think is impossible for him right now, so I don't think that helped him at all.
Has he already broken the crystal above? If he hasn't broken... Okay, then this is actually a relatively easy trick to do if you only have to get one of these energies. Although he actually needs to get 2 because he only has 1 energy himself. So he's gonna try and magnet, and they just ignore him.
That's the best. Oh, Sunstone for That Is Faster is now already done as Raziel picks up the 3rd shard. It was from the XP at the top of the rockfall, so that's a big leg up for them already. I believe we've only got 1 Sunstone shard on the side of the Bramble Bros.
Yeah, the truck points out that we're not sure if he actually has Spirit Magnet, which might have been a mistake he made when he went there, because that trick is, of course, only possible with Spirit Magnet.
Yeah, he currently has 5 ability points available, and I don't think he's gotten that many ability cells. You see Hydra heading down to the Light Grenade tree with no dash.
And Bob is in the Glazer, so he is doing the same sequence break and will be equally rewarded. This is surprising that both teams are going to make this same call.
You know, I think it's not that surprising. Given what they've got so far, they do have a lot available, but at the same time, you know, they know that... You know what? Actually, no. It doesn't. It kind of doesn't make sense. But they're both like, you know, both teams are smart enough to be able to say, you know, this is a gamble that the amount of time it's going to take is reasonable. They've made that judgment, and I mean that's why they're in the finals, semifinals, right? So.
Yeah, I wonder if That Is Faster made the gamble because they thought that maybe Team Bramble would do something strange, and we have to match them, and Team Bramble is doing it because they just do some strange routing.
Or maybe they think, well, we need to do something strange in order to beat this team, you know, because their fundamentals are so good, their knowledge of the randomizer is so good. Oh hey, Sigma finally found a way to open this door.
Speaking of other sequence breaks, Raziel is going for and he may have soft locked. Yes. Oh. Yeah, no, he's very dead.
That was a huge mistake.
He does have a backup.
Save.
Oh, thank you.
Smart man.
I'm so glad he did that. And he's gonna go for it again, the madman.
Yeah, this isn't as hard as it seems. It's just kind of stupid. You just have to get the right timing.
It's challenging to do if you don't have double jump, is what I found. Because the timing is much more precise. You have to jump up as it falls, and you don't have any leniency with the double jump. So this may take a couple of tries. We'll see if he continues for it. Sigma, on the other hand, has made a quick visit to Horror Fields before heading back, I assume, towards Swamp, making his way along kind of this traditional vanilla path. Hydra has now fallen into the laser. And he's going to pick up this charge jump. Ooh, can Bob make it?
Barely. It's an energy cell. There's a 4 energy, so that opens up some significantly easier possibilities for getting access to things.
Yeah, interestingly,
the stupid thing that Sigma did.
Yeah, that is a sequence break. So these 4 energy doors that they've been using a number of different tricks to get into are still not in logic right now.
That's correct. We're going to see the Stomp Cell check from Sigma. Ooh, he's slightly off on his Bash Grenade aim. He'll get the second one, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is fairly lenient, although it's a little harder if you don't have Glide or Dash or Double Jump.
So a lot of very interesting stuff going on so far, but it's very kind of overlapped at the moment. We do see Hydra going into Valley. He's going into Valley?
So this seems like a bold call. No bash, no dash, no double jump makes this a very challenging traversal.
Well, he does have bash.
Oh, he does have
The hard-
bash.
Yeah, the hardest thing right here,
Okay.
it seems, is the lack of double jump and the lack of feather. That's
Yeah.
gonna make it really miserable. And
But,
he'll just solve that by double bashing.
Yeah. Yeah, of course they have bash. They got it so early, I guess I've forgotten about it.
So Water Vein
That's-
shard number 1 picked up for That Is Faster by Raziel. They're slightly behind on that, but they've got the entire Sunstone to make up for it, so...
Yeah, although if there are additional Sunstone shards in the Ginso tree, which is a possibility, then having those, additional Sunstone shards in the Gumon tree, the Ginso tree, lost the ability to talk. Then this could be not as significant for Team Bramble Bros. We'll have to see where those other pickups are. Yeah, Hydra definitely suffering from not having wall jump or dash, or I guess
Well-
glide even to offer a little more leniency.
Speaking of glide, Sigma with the glide pickup coming from the ability cell in the drainless area going into swamp. So he will be pretty happy with that, and he's trying to double bash the fish strats to get up to this energy cell as well, which is just
He does.
experience, but
He does make it up there.
now we see Bob picking up his stomp pickup. Might check some other stuff in the same place. Raziel doing the same.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Bob head towards Stomp rather quickly. Having charged up and Stomp opens that upper route very easily, so you don't even have to use the new frogless or waterless trick with a frog.
It's a good point. We'll see what he decides on. Sigma has charge jump, but he doesn't have double jump, so he opts to go for bash grenade to ascend to the stomp tree there. Only picking up a mega energy for his troubles.
Those mega energy have been quite useful this seed. Although I think at this point, actually, That Is Faster doesn't have 4 energy. They're still on 3, so
That's correct. We have Bob as the only runner currently with 4 energy.
oh, Raziel tried to use level up to get to that energy door, and he looks like he's 1 or 2 XP away from level. It's very unfortunate. So Hydra seems to be making some progress, having completed Fast Stompless, and is about to get the Feather pickup.
Raziel heading towards the Thornfelt Swamp Teleporter. Bob in a similar area. Just the screen to the left there, and he's going to check some of these things. To my
Yeah,
knowledge,
so-
there's nothing valuable there.
No, but I don't think Hydra has been here, so he will need to check all of these pickups to verify them.
11
Well,
XP,
actually,
7 XP.
We'll see how far he goes into Horu Field. He could get this teleporter, but he could also choose to go further than that. Ooh! And Hydra finds a Water Vein shard for his team. It was, I believe it was the map stone at the bottom of Valley here.
Yeah, that's correct.
Takes a
So
lot
that's-
of damage doing those
Oh,
double
God.
bashes.
He just takes an intentional death, but does he remember that he got the Water Vein shard?
I'm not sure. He'll at least hopefully... Yeah, he is going back
Okay,
for it.
Yeah,
So,
go get it, please.
not so intentional death.
I guess this is a pretty awkward section because he doesn't have a way back up conveniently.
Yeah, I think... Oh, what a save! Misses that double bash, but instead is able to bash off of the frog shot that was headed up towards him.
That was pretty solid.
Yeah, this is going to be a very slow traversal through Misty.
Yep.
Definitely going to require some double bashes.
Good times. So 2 water vein shards for Team Bramble Bros. 1 water vein shard for That Is Faster. However, Sigma is making his way to the left side of the map. So we may soon be seeing him check that same pickup or not, depending on his route.
Yeah, I just heard. I was just talking with him earlier today, and it was specifically in a singles context. But he was saying that you should always go to those pickups in shard seeds. So either he or Raziel will definitely be getting them, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's the first thing he does in Valley.
So Bob seems to have found Dash. This must have been somewhere in that leftern? What the heck is that? Left-ish area of Grove. I did not see where the pickup was. We're waiting on confirmation for that. But he does have Dash available to him now.
Yeah, this is
important.
This is pretty important, especially as they get to the late game. This lets you go really fast.
Hydra checking the above area here to get his Sunstone shard. I believe this was the second one their team was aware of. So they're still on 2 Sunstone shards. The third one being at the Rockfall XP and Grotto, which I have not seen them go to yet.
But have they both been to the double jump tree at this point?
I actually am not sure if either of them has. I don't
Yeah,
think so.
looking at the tracker, neither of them have been to that tree, so it seems likely they'll probably get that pickup when they go to that tree. I also noticed Bob found the much coveted Warmth Return pickup, so I'm sure he's very excited for that.
He should also soon be finding Glide, as he will be making his way into the Drainless area, and he does. Sigma picked up that Water Vein shard from the Mapstone in Valley, so their team slightly ahead right now in terms of progress. They're missing Dash, which we believe was from the Iceless area. Thanks to the truck for that information.
Yeah, so it's unclear whether they'll make a turn visit there. There is a map there, and if they haven't put that map in, then there's a chance that at some point they'll return there to use it. But depending on how far into this they go, they might end up using the Sorrow map. There's even the other map in Valley if they choose to go check those pickups.
So an interesting strategy from Sigma. We see him going in the ability tree, going for Spirit Light efficiency. I believe he also has the World pickup, the Randomizer pickup of Spirit Light efficiency. So it looks like he is getting quadruple XP now, which will just give him all the ability points he could ever want.
It's a pretty reasonable decision if you don't have double jump or dash. As it turns out, he could get dash, but he doesn't know that right now. But you get a lot more XP and therefore ability points doing this strategy.
We did get confirmation that Dash was the orb in the Iceless area. Hydra and Bob both have it now, so that is going to really help them out quite a lot, and they're going to have Glide as well, so both teams are equivalent except that Hydra and Bob have Dash, and apparently they also have Charge Flame, but happily for Sigma and Raziel, Charge Flame is completely irrelevant.
Yeah, they found that from, I think it was the second that they put in. So Sigma and Raziel will likely find it at some point the next time they're in the vicinity of a map, but will not be interested in getting that pickup. So it looks like now that Hydra has Dash and Feather, he will now be heading towards Sorrow and all of the pickups over there.
I'm curious about That Is Faster not heading deeper into the left side of the map. I'm curious why they're not doing that. Like at the same time, it's obvious that they have other stuff they can go do. It's just an interesting question as to why not. Right now we see Hydra heading into Sorrow.
Yep, having a little bit of trouble doing Sorrow Bash without double jump.
Oh, well, that could be a reason.
Yeah, I think all 4 runners here are decently comfortable doing a double bash only Sorrow Bash. So, yeah, and we see that's exactly what Hydra does with a little damage boost at the end.
It's all good, fortunately.
Yep. Sigma is
beautiful. Seems like he's decided to give up on it, or maybe he did get it and moved on.
Yeah, if it was nothing useful, he would have had to alt R. You saved right down into there. Yeah, the truck confirms he gave up. He does find Charge Flame, so they now have that pickup.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Gives you slightly easier access to a couple of plants, I suppose. And it can break the walls in the final escape, so it does have some use.
That's true. We do see
But,
Raziel on the Spirit Well in Valley, and it looks like he is going to go to Misty.
Yep, he will bash glide his way on down here. So, Hydra had already gone to Misty, but I actually didn't notice where he'd gotten to when he left.
Yeah, so he checked the first couple pickups that are possible to give glide, and then he just poofed.
Okay.
So he was just trying to see if he could get Feather before having to actually do the rest of it.
That makes sense.
Sounds like Hydra has found the third water vein shard for his team. It was in Sorrow. Didn't quite catch exactly where, but that is the third shard for them because they already know where two others are. Oh, and they finished the Gumon still too. Hey.
Interesting. So they're just short of Sunstone Shard, and we know where one of them is.
Yep, it's that rockfall. But of course, Hydra might also just find one on the way into Sorrow somewhere.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Raziel is still full clearing Misty to see if he can find his third water vein shard.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at this decision to go Misty versus Sorrow. Sorrow has more pickups in a greater density. But it could be without dash, he's a little less comfortable doing Sorrow Bash, or just Sorrow in general.
Clean water for Hydra from the spike column here in Ow, and a death for Hydra. So rip clean water.
Might not go back for clean water pickup.
Yeah,
although there could be shards buried in swimming, so
true, but he has
probably
8 health,
worth getting.
He'll probably have access to Ultra Defense. He is going back for it, so
yeah, it's a very small time investment right now, and
so
it
you were, of
could
course,
save you a
asking
lot
about-
of.
Yeah.
It could save you a lot of inconvenience later.
Yeah, agreed. You had been asking about, that is faster going to Misty versus Sorrow. Well, Sigma now is going to Sorrow. So that seems to have been their play, was to just want Raziel, since he was going there, he would just go to Misty first.
Yep. I know in my doubles team with Rory, typically if we get here, even if one of us is there earlier, I will always go Sorrow and Rory will always go Misty, so Sigma and Raz could have a very similar agreement.
Ooh, rough death for Bob there. Not too rough, it won't cost him that much time, but you never like to die in Valley.
No. A little easier to stomach in the randomizer compared to in an actual run.
God. So we saw the third mapstone check from Sigma. It was 13 XP. Yeah. Hype.
And interestingly, Hydra goes to the charge jump door and does not key dupe. So Hydra's sitting on only 3 keys, I believe.
That's correct.
Ooh, the Sorrow third keystone was another water vein shard, the truck is saying.
Yeah, that was the third one for Bramble Bros.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to see if that is faster finds that. I would assume that they will end up doing a clear.
Yeah, for sure. That's what Sigma's working on right now. I'd be really surprised if he stopped for some reason. It's just a question of how long it'll take him to get around to it. Once he gets around to that, that's it for them. They're done. That's go mode. Not so for Bob and Hydra. They're gonna still be checking things for a little while, and it may be a while before they go back to find that Sunstone Shard. So they better hope basically that there's gonna be one somewhere along the way here.
Yep. And Hydra's making the decision to go up and get these 2 pickups. Oh, and that death will cost him a little bit of time. Has to go redo the terror break, which is annoying.
Yeah, once you die once, when you respawn, you don't have that stored charge jump state, so you gotta go kill yourself a second time. Sigma picking up his clean water. He's very familiar with that particular terrifying spike column from all Cells runs, so no fear there. He knew what to do.
Yep. Oh, is he going to... Yeah. Oh, nope. He kills his frog and...
Oh, takes it out. Okay, but
yeah,
he
I think he wants this frog alive. He's used this frog shot, I'm guessing, in order to get through this laser because he doesn't have dash or charge jump or double jump.
Oh, this is the worst possible thing. And that's why.
Yeah.
So where is Raz heading right now? I see him going back to what looks like Moon Grotto.
I didn't catch where he was teleporting. We see Bob now is in Misty. Seems that Raziel decided Misty was not worth it. And Hydra is headed in towards the double jump tree, but has gone through an alternative way, and therefore will not get this water vein shard.
Oh, this looks like it's going to be the dash discovery for Raziel right now. He's heading into the Iceless area.
Yep, it would be hard to miss.
There it is.
Oh, so this is... Hydra's actually going to be the first person to go check this 4 energy door. So, Sigma and Raz both made an attempt at this early, failed. We'll see if it turns out to be anything useful.
You know, that stupid save drop strat. Happily, no one needs to do that now. We'll see what it is.
Wind restored, and he's done. Well, I'm sure all the runners wish they had that win a while ago.
Yeah, I mean it's nice, but yeah, it's not really doing wonders for anyone. So now that Raz got dash, he's gonna go fairly quickly. And Sigma, did he find that water vein shard?
I didn't notice. I would have to assume so.
I see Raziel making a beeline for the bottom left here, this map stone. And then I assume he's gonna go to Sorrow.
So that's his second water vein shard. Hydra took a 1-frame death from the grotto.
Beautiful.
But they must still be looking for this final water vein shard. They're still checking pickups, and there's no reason to do that otherwise.
Yeah, Sigma heading back into Moon Grotto. We're gonna see. I think he's already done double jump tree. We're gonna see swamp from him. No, he did swamp too. Trying to think
Maybe
of
he's going to check the 4 energy door.
Could be. No one's checked the 2 energy door either. Sigma hasn't collected his 3rd Sunstone shard, so he's gonna go grab that.
Okay.
I have
truck
no
is
idea
saying
what
that-
Raziel's doing.
The truck is saying that Sigma did get the water vein shard. Yeah,
And so did
Raziel finds
Raz.
it as well. So
So
they
they're
should.
in go mode.
So, Sigma must need the double jump tree then.
Yeah, that appears that way. So they're in go mode. They're good to go. Hydra and Bob have the unenviable position of still lacking the 1 Sunstone shard, and unfortunately, they don't seem to be stumbling on it anywhere. Hydra's going there right now, so this is going to become incredibly close.
This is a race right now. Bob is on his way to the Gumon seal, though.
Oh, poor guy. What a waste of time. He has no idea, but I mean, in the absence of the knowledge, there's not much left for them to check. There it is. Hydra with the Sunstone shard. They're done.
And rather than altaring Oh no, it was to skip the cutscene there. What? Hydra, aren't you done?
He wants his water vein, man. Don't judge.
Oh, he's lacking teleporters. He probably wants to get this Blackroot teleporter. Or not Blackroot, this Grotto teleporter.
I actually can't imagine why. I don't think he needs it after this. He has Thornfell, doesn't he?
Well, he's gonna go to the Bash tree, and then he's an altar out of Bash, so he needs a teleporter back to. I would assume. Oh, he's actually gonna teleport to Misty first. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna bother trying to second guess his thinking. Instead, I'm just gonna say this is what he's doing. Good luck for him. Sigma picking up Dash, and he's heading straight for the Ginso tree right now. He also has Charge Dash as well, so he's got rocket jumps.
And instead, Hydra is headed back to Sorrow? Did we miss something?
Did he not get charged? No, there's no way he didn't get charge jump. Did he? I legitimately have no idea what he's doing here.
Oh, he has to queue!
Oh, that is really clever. I would not have thought of this key dupe location. But yeah, he is short keys, and so he's going to set up a key dupe right here. Now he's got 9. Is that not enough? He just needs Ginso tree, I think.
Has he been to Stomp? He might need 6. He now has 12. I would assume that's sufficient.
Yeah,
Whatever
he's good.
he's doing.
Meanwhile, we've got Raziel heading into Ginso, Sigma working on Ginso. They don't have a lot left. They've got Grenade Tree left after this, and I think that is it for both of them.
Yeah. It's hard to keep track of all the trees that people have or haven't been to.
Yeah, that's the most difficult part of this.
I think until people... Oh, okay, so Hydra does still need Stomp.
Okay.
How did Hydra not get the Stomp tree when he was getting Glide? I guess he must have just given up right then.
Yeah, he may have wanted to keep exploring at that time and figured that Swamp wasn't the best use of his time.
But yeah, until people actually start heading to Horu, I don't want to call that they've been to all the trees.
I think it'll suffice to say this race is incredibly close right now.
Yep. Hydra with some fancy fish strats. I think you could have just rocket jumped off that fish at some point during that.
Alright, so Sigma is heading into BRB. He's going to collect his grenade tree. It looks like Raz was also good on Keystone, so there was no problem there. Bob's heading into Ginso tree, so he's going to pick up his Bash tree, and that's, I think, it for him after he gets this.
Yeah, I believe he's been to Light Grenade. I'm not just sure about Hydra. I'm going to assume Hydra's heading to Bash right now, teleporting to the Grotto teleporter.
And Sigma with his double Spirit Light efficiency has 1 billion ability points, so no problem skipping the old-fashioned father cutscene.
Yeah.
Raz, meanwhile, heading to Horu?
It's
Heading to
quite
Horu.
possible.
Raz is done. Sigma is done. They're both heading to Horu right now. Bob and Hydra, both very close. Hydra has to do Ginso. He's got to get his Bash tree. I'm just kidding about Sigma. He's got one more thing to do.
Apparently.
Is it Climb? Did he not do Climb tree?
Oh, if he hasn't been to Climb, that might give the Bramble Rose a chance.
Yeah, Misty is lengthy, even for Sigma, who's incredibly quick. We're gonna see how quickly he can do this, though.
And he does have Charge Dash, Bash. He can't do Stomp cancels beyond just a single Charge Dash. And he has very little energy right now. I think just enough for this single rocket jump.
I don't think he has energy regeneration either, so he's gonna be taking it the slow way.
Yeah, we'll see. He doesn't go for any energy there. I assume he'll pick up this energy crystal by the slime here. Oh, he gets an energy drop from the...
Oh, Bob doesn't have his sunstone yet, so he's got to go collect that last shard now. I'm
Luckily, that
pretty
shouldn't
sure he
be-
has double jump tree. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we'll see if he's. Ooh, he falls down and does not have wind restored, so he's actually gonna have to go back up and around. Nope, just decides to reload instead.
I think he got it that time. Oh, what the heck is going on with his...
Yeah, when he's saved during the save anywhere, lower than you'd like to be, so he can't immediately just charge or dash across. I'm assuming Hydra is headed toward the final escape. No, Hydra is. Ooh, Hydra still has to go to climb as well.
Wow.
That's very unfortunate for the Bramble Bros.
He's doing the save anywhere hyperspeed. He tried, it didn't work. That was fascinating.
Ends up just
Sigma.
burning a lot of energy there.
Sigma's on his way, Raziel's on his way. He wanted to do fish strats. He's at half a health, but he manages not to spawn Kuro. There's no grenade jump because he does not have climb. He makes it to the end. So this is it for Raziel. He will be holding right. And Sigma is heading to Horu. Bob is heading to Horu. They're going to finish at a very similar time. Hydra needs some real spaghetti from Sigma right now for Bramble Bros to be able to win this.
Yeah, especially given the average time where Raz is already finished. This is not looking good for the Bramble Bros.
Oh, goodness. Hydra going absolutely all out, throwing everything. Caution to the wind. Sigma with a quick door warp, but just a little mistake there. Taking a death, but fortunately that doesn't cost any time at all.
Yeah, Bob is still slightly ahead. Should finish ahead of Sigma. But Hydra is only now beginning the trip to Horu.
It's all coming back to that Sunstone shard. That one shard just held back Bob and Hydra just enough that Raz was able to finish, and Sigma was able to come in just behind him. We're going to see... looks like it's a pretty good one-on-one race, too, between Hydra and Sigma right now. Like, this is very close. Oh no, they both
died! It is tied. Wow.
Hydra needs this, dude. Hydra needs this a lot, but he does not need for Bob to do that. He needs Sigma to be the only one screwing up right now. They don't have double jump. Another death for Sigma. Bob is gonna make it through. Oh my goodness.
This is good. Hydra
Bob
still has not made it though.
I don't believe Bob got clean water. There's the damage taking away. It's not too many, but
He has.
gets unlucky with the rocks.
He did not spawn Kuro though.
Another death for Sigma. Bob is making his way to the end, and he's gonna be holding right. Sigma needs to figure out a way to deal with this right now, or he's gonna have a real problem.
He still has time given this average. Hydra completes door warp. Is at warmth now.
Oh, Sigma getting one of the projectiles, but he got clean water, so he's gonna be safe swimming through the water here.
Yeah, I think this is the end of it for Bramble Bros. Sigma bashes off the first fish. He is going for fish strats.
Of all the things at the end of this, he's gonna go for fish strats. He would have to get Sigma rocked like 4 times though, and he does make it through, and that is going to seal the victory for Team That Is Faster as Hydra just finishes up his escape. What an incredible finish.
GG to them. Looks like Hydra's having a relatively clean escape. Hydra does have clean water, so the rest of this is going to be easy.
I would wager that there was some discussion between Hydra and Bob after Bob struggled with that one section of the escape. That Bob communicated to Hydra, like, make sure you don't be stupid at that part with the fire on the ground.
Yeah. And Bob will finish with a 49.50. Sigma's going to be a little over 50 minutes, but that will still leave his team with an average probably in the mid 48 range.
Oh, this is looking in the SRL chat. Raziel and Bob, who are both already finished, are like, "Oh my God, Sigma, come on, Hydra, come on!" So the 47-45 from Raziel, the 49-50 from Bob. Sigma. Oh wow, Sigma tried to type "done," but he accidentally capitalized it. But he managed to get it the second time. At 50-30. Congratulations to Sigma, and congratulations to That Is Faster. And we'll get the final time for Hydra momentarily.
Yeah, what a race. Very close in the finish, but just a couple of pickups that the Bramble Rose didn't check early enough.
Yeah, I mean, it just came down to that one Sunstone shard in the Rockfall. When they were making their grotto trips, they just didn't happen to check that one, and that was it. That was enough. That was like that 45 seconds to minute worth of difference that meant that That Is Faster took the victory here. What an incredible seed. What an incredible race.
Yeah, just insane play from all these runners.
Wow. I just can't even. The average time for That Is Faster looks like it'll come out to around a 50-30, give or take, which is Sigma's time. So unfortunately, that means that they have definitely lost the race. That Is Faster will take the victory, and Bramble Bros will move on to the third place match. And we will get our victors in here in just a moment for an interview. And we do have them here now. Sigma and Raziel, the victorious members of Team That Is Faster. Congratulations to both of you on your win. And, whoever wants to figure out how to talk first, tell us what your initial thoughts are.
I thought we lost as soon as we found Dash.
You were much later in finding Dash than Hydra and Bob. So
We figured. We talked to them in the race chat afterwards. They found that immediately, probably at like 15 minutes in, like you should have. And we both missed it and found it 40 minutes in, and was like, well, that's that. I guess we lost the game.
Yep. On the other hand, though, they found the Sunstone Shard at the Falling Rocks. Yeah, Sunstone Shard. They found that at about 40 minutes, while you found it very early on, like you should have.
Yeah, I guess we both had bad experiences with that. I want to ask one thing.
Yes?
Did they check Glazer early?
Yes. A little
That
after
is-
you, but they did check it fairly early.
That was like my one hope for victory. Like when we found Dash, I was like, the only way we win this is if they didn't check Glazer and they're like looking for Sunstone Shard and Charge Jump for forever or whatever. But I guess we eked it out.
Yeah, both teams played incredibly well. Raziel, let's poke you for a minute and just tell me what you thought of that seed and what motivated like your guys' choices during that race.
I think if we didn't, even though we found Dash pretty late, I think if we didn't find it, we would have lost. And the reason why I went there is because I remember my first pass there, and I didn't have Charge Flame or Stomp, so I didn't get the plant by the lasers in Grotto. So I said, okay, I'm going that way, and then I'm going to Cornfields, and I found Dash. But yeah, the seed was it was pretty fun. But once we got Dash, and we figured they probably have Dash for like 15 minutes, but we could see that they weren't done yet, so it was a bit stressful. Pretty fun.
So I wanted to ask about the 4 energy door skip in left grotto. We saw both. We saw both of you go for it and end up giving up. What was your thinking while you were doing that?
Okay. Yeah, Raz, you can talk about it first because you did it first.
All right, I'm noob, so I don't know how to do it. You go ahead, Sig.
Alright, so like first when we did the split, like when I went back to Grotto, Raz was like, "Do you have 4 energy? Because you could clear that out." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I got 4 energy, except I had a mega energy, so I didn't have 4 energy." So I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll do the save drop." And then I got the block glitch, like after I saved, where it's unmovable. So I was like, "Well, I hope nothing's down there, because I have to like revert a save, and it's gonna lose me like 2 minutes to check this. So we're just gonna leave it behind." Because I don't know how to fix that block once it's like that, other than going back a save, and I like saved and backed it up, and then the block couldn't move. So I was like, "Well, that sucks."
Oh my goodness.
Well, interestingly, one of the pickups down there was Winter Store, which, while not necessary, might have been nice. But nothing else.
It's a very interesting seed. So many weird things. I do want to ask about the Glazer there, Sigma, because you guys made that play to go there way earlier than the Bramble Bros did, and we kind of felt like if one of the teams was going to make kind of like an off-the-wall play, it was probably going to be them, thinking that they needed to do something a little crazy to keep up with you guys. What kind of motivated your thinking on that?
Actually, as I was going up to it, I was like talking with Raz whether I should check it or not, and I decided to check it because my thought was I think we should win, and the only way we'll lose is if we miss like an early pickup that's like something important. And I mean, we did like dash, but I was like, okay, like we can clutch this out in the late game if I sink a minute into checking this. So I'll just check this, because if they check it and it's dash, and like we never check it, we'll be toast. And in a way, because we did miss dash, that saved us big time, because it was charge jump and a sunstone shard, and like if we had missed that and dash, we would have lost for sure.
Yeah, there would have been a very slow finish if you didn't have both of those pickups.
I do want to ask also about the final escape. Everyone seemed to have a little bit of trouble with that wall without having double jump. What was going through your mind as you were dying repeatedly to it?
Dude, my hands were shaking. I was like looking over at SRL like every little bit. I was like, I gotta stop dying here because they're gonna beat us. And I was also deeply regretting not leveling Ultra Defense, because then I would have had 3 hits on the fire and it would have been easy. But it was too late. I was committed.
So it was,
I think I had like 18 ability points or something stupid too. So I was like, why didn't I?
You did have a ton of ability points. Oh, that reminds me. Did you not have Magnet when you were trying to do the energy door glitch in the spider sack area?
Yeah, I didn't have it. I had some kind of weird plan in my head of like, oh, I'll do it and then I'll place a save and then I'll get more energy. And then I was like, where am I get the energy from? And then I just wasted a million years doing that. Fortunately, found an energy cell, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and get it. Still operating under the assumption that, I just needed to not miss dash, which was like 10 feet to the right.
Oh my gosh.
We were also pretty unlucky. Yeah, we were also pretty unlucky because Sigma did like all the left sorrow instead of just, by chance, not because we didn't have dash probably, because if we did, he would have rocket jump until the keystone that was the last water vein shard for us. So it's pretty
like, oh man. And then I kept dying trying to do the stupid double jumpless laser skip. Because I also didn't have dash, so I had to do it with the stupid frog, and then I was like, this is dumb, I'm going the other way because I keep dying.
That strategy is terrible.
It's terrible.
There's nothing good about that frog in life.
No.
Well, Razzle, I'll start with you. Of course, we're always going to take a look forward. Your opponent for the finals is going to be the tournament organizers, Team Skillless, Meldon and Rory. How do you feel about that matchup and about the fact that it's a best of 3?
So this was not the finals? We still need to play another one? Come on. Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be so. When I saw their early match today, they did pretty well. So I think it's gonna be fun, and the fact that it's a best of 3, if we have a seed like this where we miss dash and we lose. Like we should have lost this one, I guess. I think it's gonna balance out, so that's pretty good.
Sigma, same question for you. What do you think?
I'm just really grateful that we got to dodge Team Zote in the third place match because that's going to be horrifying.
Shout outs to Team Zote, by the way, both of whom are trucking for us for this match. Many thanks to them, as well as Kyrafel, who also joined to truck, and Oshi, who has trucked like every freaking match for the entire tournament, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep track of how many matches people have trucked, and Oshi is starting to like go for that record. It is up to 7 matches that I've noticed. I'm sure I've missed some at that point, anyways.
Oh my goodness! Of course, shouts as always to our restreamer Richard, doing both of the doubles matches today, which of course are always a treat to restream. I'm sure. Before we go, Raziel and Sigma, do you guys have any last thoughts for the viewers?
I love memes.
Yeah, I cannot compete with that.
Yo, agreed. Melvin,
Agreed.
any final thoughts?
I think you've just about covered it all.
Dude, this
So,
is perfect. We don't even have to talk anymore.
So stay tuned for the upcoming schedule for the end of the tournament. That will be announced on the Ori Discord as soon as everything is decided. It'll also obviously go up on the Ori speedrunning calendar and on the spreadsheet that contains all of the normal schedule.
Yeah, so look forward to that. We've got final matches in both tournament brackets, and we've also, of course, got the third place matches in both the doubles and singles. So, stay tuned for that. They're going to be really good. Of course, the finals and the doubles now settled. The matchup will be between That Is Faster and Team Skillless. The third place matchup will be between the Bramble Bros and Team Zote. Both of those should be great. And then on the singles side, we've got Covert Muffin versus Mad Insane for the championship there, with Fluffy Prower versus Raziel for third place. All of those matchups are going to be incredible. I can't wait to watch all of those. So, well,
Agreed.
let's do it for us for tonight, right?
Yep.
All right, great. Well, again, on behalf of everyone on the broadcasting crew and both teams and everyone participating in the tournament, thank you all for watching. Please keep on coming back for the upcoming action, and have a good night.
Remembers that pop up keystone because that's Dash. That's huge. I think he saw it on the screen as he was going down.
Oh, he forgot it! He doesn't know.
They have that. And Dash was in the top. So brutal. There's no way he's gonna get that now.
Right? Beautiful. 7 XP. Oh, Wilson! Wilson, what are you doing? No! Let me forget. Always. Oh, Wilson, what are you doing? You just got wall jump. You can go in. You have charge jump. Go in the thing. Okay, he's got it. It's very good. Oh, no. Still. Oh, free gen. Saving him.
Man, he's good.
Oh, free gen saving him again.
Oh, you leveled up. He's
Oh, jeez.
All the time. Please don't die. Go on.
So he has he has pretty much everything.
No, please. Oh, he could have saved it. He should have went to the right side wall. No. He's in disbelief right now as well. He has things that he required and.
All right, but is he gonna skip over Bash? Oh no! He's walking past it. Let's see.
Correct area of it.
Oh, the Bash find from Bash is Raziel. Oh no! Oh
not kicking enough.
You'll be able to see whether it was water vein or not.
Yeah,
Oh,
here
man.
we go.
What is it? It's
What
not!
an experience! Oh, man! Oh, 50% chance of a Forlorn seed. Yeah, it looks like Fluffy now is abandoning the Fluffy way and embracing Team Forlorn. Is this going to be possible? But he doesn't have Bash.
It is possible, it is just the hardest thing in the world, and you end up
What, really?
it up there.
What? Oh my god.
What? How did he do that so quickly?
Place monument. It looks like he is going to let the Froggy break the block, so he will get in that XP. And it's Bash.
To head up to the
Oh
retreat.
no!
Oh,
Oh, Oshi did. That's lovely. Is he gonna do it? Please! No! So sad that he's making this choice because it's going to put him way behind for the time being.
Commentator curse.
why does this happen to us?
Oh, the rock is on the head of the frog.
Frog just balancing that rock on his head.
But oh, good lord, there's so many screens. Alright. Then the bottom right, you got Uncle Roddy and Hitachi Hex, and for some reason they get consigned to the small space.